Hey, hey, Tanya, I saw you in here. I saw you in here. Hello, happy Friday Night Live. Right now, it looks like nobody is in here, but I know that is not the case because I saw a comment beforehand. What's up, you guys? Happy Friday Night Live. My name is Tracie Collins. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, I go live every Friday night at 6 p.m., and I'm happy to have you guys here. And just a little bit about myself, I am a business strategist and I am a seasoned entrepreneur. And what I love doing is helping women elevate either in the business or in the personal spectrum. So what's up, y'all? Elwanda is in the house. Hey girl, hey. Hi, mom. You know how I feel about mom. Mom is here. So I can get started. She's now in the house. I don't have no crazy Elwanda stories this week, you guys, because I don't really talk to my mama. I had to call her. I had to call her this morning. You're like, I haven't really talked to you this week. So no crazy Elwanda stories, right? But I'm glad she's here. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey. Hey Angela. What's up, D? Hack my pivot. Hello. Hello. What's up, you guys? It's Tracie and family. Hey, you guys. So, tonight I am doing something absolutely a little bit different. But before I get into that, before I forget, please like, share, and subscribe. I have a love-hate relationship with YouTube. And if it wasn't for you guys, I would have like X-nayed this whole platform a long time ago. But it is because of you guys that I stay accountable. You guys hold me accountable and you keep me here. And so therefore I show up for you. Before I forget, there is the Move to Mexico conference. I don't even think I dropped the link in the description, but the Move to Mexico conference is happening for those of you guys who are interested, just an inkling of moving to Mexico or wanting some information about it. It is November 1st through the 3rd. I will drop it in the description after this is over. And we want you to get your tickets. It is a virtual conference and it is 3 days full, jam-packed of information. It's about how to move, immigration, healthcare, all kind of stuff, cost of living, all kind of things. And we really want you guys to get the most out of this conference. So make sure you get your ticket and sign up for that. And then also what I'm absolutely looking forward to, did I show a little bias there? I actually did. Even though I'm involved with both, is the Black Blossom Oaxaca retreat happening in March next year. When I tell y'all, March can't come fast enough. I am not one for speeding up time, but when I tell you, if I could get March here just a little bit sooner and we can just still be, fine and just not age, I can't wait. So I'm looking forward to that. So the Black Blossom Retreat, it's a rest and wellness retreat for Black women. It is a luxury experience. It is from March 25th through March 30th. And we are really looking forward to hosting those. Thank you guys. So those who have signed up, thank y'all too. We see you guys downloading the brochures. That means there is, interest for experiences like this. And Michelle and I are doing our damnedest to make sure we keep our events very, very intimate. It's not about quantity for us. It is really about quality experiences for Black women. So without further ado, I am bringing folks on. I did a call out, folks, and sorry if my internet is acting up, but I did a call out and some folks said it was like, Tracie, we should do X, Y, and Z. But one of these people, it was actually her idea. So some of you guys are going to meet the people that you see in the chat for the very first time, and then also familiar face. So I'm going to bring them up, and we're just going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about whatever we want to talk about tonight. So what's up, y'all?
Hi.
What's up, you guys?
What's
Hello. Hello. So I'll let you guys introduce yourself. Dara, you can start off.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Dara. I'm based in Atlanta, and I'm really happy to be a part of this community and to kind of share a little bit about what I'm doing. Do I talk about that now or afterward?
We'll talk about it in a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'm Keyoka, the Awkward Black Nomad. Some of you might know that I have a YouTube channel. I'm a writer. I'm a dog mom. I solo travel, so I talk about that on my channel as well. I'm also an SEO copywriter, and I'm accepting new clients if anybody wants my services. I'll explain a little bit about what that is a little later.
And Carla, you.
Hey, everybody. Carla. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Washington, that area. I follow many of you who are living in Mexico, many of the Black women there. I met Tracie, or I saw her on one of the Redefining Your Life Abroad, I think it was, or something to that effect. And I was captivated just by her brilliance. I had been following many of the other women already, but when Tracie came on the scene, it just added a different flair to the group. And so now I'm hooked on following the Black ladies and San Miguel. It's nice
Thank
to
you
be here.
for being here. And this was Carla's idea. I'm not taking credit for none of this. This was Carla's idea. And don't let, I mean, she's very demure. She is that.
Mine.
I am so excited about what she has going on. So y'all can jump in and let's talk about it. I definitely have flair. It's this mouth. It's the mouth. And my folks know I have to do this a lot of times. So it's the mouth. And Elwan could attest, it's been my whole life. It's nothing new. It is nothing new. And Angie, we expected you to be here, but I'll let you slide this time. But please be sure to follow. I do have Keyoka's channel linked in the chat, in the description, but we'll talk about the others and I'll make sure to link theirs as well. So what's up, you guys? What y'all want to talk about? Tell the folks what you do. This is not about me carrying this conversation. This is about y'all. Don't jump in. Something about Friday Night Live, we got to keep it going.
Right.
Dara,
Okay. All right, I'll go. So I am a senior UX designer, and I'm also currently studying for a pivot into cloud security engineering. Or rather than a pivot, I'm right now looking at ways to mesh design thinking with cloud security design and secure design. And so I just started a YouTube channel called Hack My Pivot, where I'm going to be documenting my journey as a UX designer, bringing UX methodology into secure design and meshing that with design thinking. I am also married to a wonderful illustrator and UI designer named Angela, who is lurking in the comments right now. And we are
We love a lurk.
Yeah, we love alert. We love alert. And we are launching our design studio, Root and Render Design Studio, where we will be doing UX design work, hopefully landing some government contracts, as well as we're both illustrators and artists as well. So doing a lot of illustration, digital illustration and design work as
And
well.
we're mad talented. So wait, hold on. Before you continue, please tell them how many businesses simultaneously you are launching.
So I'm launching Blue Dragonfly Security Consulting, as well as Root and Render Design Studio with my wife. And, she also has a separate illustration venture called She Got Designs. I'm also launching Hack My Pivot as not just as a YouTube channel, but also as a resource, an online resource, particularly for Black women trying to make pivots into tech, not just into either UX or cybersecurity. I've gotten exposure to a lot of different areas of tech, and so I want to encourage Black women who are interested in tech but think that they're not techy enough to let them know that there is a space for them. And not only is there a space, there's a serious need for us in these spaces, because if we're not in the rooms where things are getting designed, where things are getting built, where things are getting conceived, then we are automatically left out of the conversations, and the products that end up being built and launched and shipped do not take us and our needs in mind. And this can lead to really serious implications for things like when we talk about machine learning and AI, and we're looking at like how AI is being used to identify people and how law enforcement is using that. If Black people are not in the rooms that are designing and building these things, we can see how it has really serious implications for us. So my mission is to gather as many Black folk, Black men and Black women at the table, and get us deployed into all of these different areas so that we can help to shape these things.
I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all.
That's a segue talking about representation.
Right.
Wherever I go, there I am. Representation is everything. I think we live in, I think that American corporate structure is one where you're supposed to kind of segment yourself and split yourself into these different parts, and you only bring that one part to yourself. But like everything about who I am, all of my intersections, being Black, being a woman, being queer, all of these things inform how I move through the world. It informs how I use products. It informs how products get built for me and which products don't. And so if I don't bring all of myself to that table, then I'm going to, okay, thank you, Angie. Then I'm going to get left out of the conversation. So yeah, it's crucial.
Yeah. So really quick, just really quick, tell folks what good news you have.
Oh, so
the phone call I got. Yes, they want a phone call.
I know you were probably like these. Oh my God, these two. Yeah, we got our at least the first part of our temporary residency to Mexico was granted to us yesterday. Things went by fast, and Tracie is our consultant, helping to shepherd us through this overwhelming thing that we're trying to undertake in terms of moving there when we have no idea what to do. And so we found out about Tracie. We immediately contacted her and we're like, can you please work with us? Because we don't know what we're doing. And so her advice has been sage. And that advice has led to us going to the Mexican oh my God.
The consulate.
The consulate. I want to say consultancy, just please don't the consulate yesterday morning, dropping off our application, not sure that we had everything in order, and kind of nervous about it, and then being told to come back at 2:00 in the afternoon when the storm was supposed to hit here. And we were like, storm or not, we're going back because we need to know what's going on. And went there, and the woman handed us our passports. She's like, okay, yeah, here's your passports, and yeah, turn to this page here. And then we saw the visa had been granted to us. So we were, kind of calm. We were like, thank you so much. And then we just kind of looked at each other. We got in the car, and we looked at each other and we started screaming. And then we left Tracie a very obnoxiously raucous voice note thanking her for everything. But it happened so quickly. And Tracie, you told us that it would. And we didn't realize we got whiplash. So now we have 180 days to get our butts to Mexico to complete the process. So that's that there. And we will be moving to San Miguel de Allende because that's where all the cool Black folk are. So that's where we want to be.
How did you decide that you wanted to move to San Miguel?
So at first, when we were thinking about Mexico, we were thinking about Merida because that is where so many of the people that we had seen online had moved to. But then we had also heard a couple of people in Merida complaining that it's a transient place and people don't tend to stay there for very long. And then I came across Tracie's interview with, I believe it was Rashida Dow, and Tracie was explaining how San Miguel is where people tend to come to stay, and because of that, the Black immigrant community is really close knit, and you get to form connections and community with people. And she said that, and then we came across. So we're like, okay, what's this San Miguel about? And we went down a rabbit hole, and we found other Black creators talking about San Miguel and saying the same thing. So we're like, okay, that's where we're going. Sight unseen, we've never been, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll kind of take the leap and build our parachute on the way down. But it's really comforting to know that there's an established community there, and we also want to be in a place where we can integrate well with local people as well. We don't want to just sequester ourselves among the Black expat community. We want to become an integral part of the local community as well. So it seems like a place for a soft landing. So yeah, that's why.
It's been a joy like having you guys as clients, and helping you guys not only with your relocation process on the back end and then on the front end when you get here, but then simultaneously helping you build your businesses from the foundation up. And when I tell you guys, they come ready and prepared and with a whole bunch of questions, and I give a whole bunch of to-do lists. Like I give a task, and
We
so
got
they be getting homework because they have businesses that we have to make sure are lodged properly before they leave. So I'm excited for y'all. I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you.
All
No,
right.
thank you for everything.
Who wants to go next?
Carla should go.
I thought the same thing. I actually thought the same thing.
Well, thank you guys. It's great to be here. I recognize many of the names in the chat because I've been following Tracie for a little while now and been attending the Friday Night Lives. And after observing her on Friday Night Live, I started working with her as well, Dara and Keyoka and others, because I know that I want to make a transition. I'm a lawyer in a kind of a high profile government position, and there's just a little bit of tension in my work environment right now. And I know that I'm going to have to pivot out of the United States. So I'm preparing my pivot. And I've been working with Tracie to do that. And it's been a great experience. It feels like an escape um, from just a lot of just unhealthy patterns that I've noticed just in America and in America as a whole, and just in the workspaces as it relates to Black women, particularly successful Black women. When you get to a particular point in your career, it becomes very lonely, and you become also more threatening. The more powerful you become, the more people start to recognize your talents and your potential. And that seems to be very threatening for people, sometimes not only just white people, but Black people as well, and other folks of color. That kind of environment doesn't really nurture me. I like collaborative, loving environments where there's no need to compete because we realize there's enough for everyone. And I like to uplift people. I don't really get into demeaning people. So I'm in the process of making that pivot. At the same time of planning the pivot, I'm also working with Tracie to build up a consulting business, online business as well. So she's been giving me quite a list, Dara. So your list must be just crazy because I have lots and lots of homework all the time, which is all good. It keeps me busy. It keeps me striving for my next journey. So I love that, but I can't imagine doing that for several businesses. But very exciting. It's nice to hear that you're doing so much, you and Angela. So that's kind of what is going on with me. I'm just in that place of transition. I'm a little older, so and I've lived somewhat of a sheltered life because I've lived so many of my years in a marriage. So I'm kind of starting to be the butterfly that you see behind me, because I've been kind of, my life's been in a cocoon, so to speak. And I keep jumping from one cocoon to the next. And so now I feel like I'm just about to fly. I'm that raven that you see in the cage. The cage is open, but the raven won't fly out. Now I'm ready to fly, and willing to take on whatever risk and challenges that come with that. And I think it just took all the life experiences I've had to get to this point. So lucky for Tracie, she met me, or we met each other online at a time where I was ready to make that leap and to fly. And she's helping me to fly, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate that about this community too, and the women in San Miguel, because they all have contributed to my decision, starting with Michelle, to my decision to start pursuing, like, not just visiting other countries, but actually what does it mean to, like, reside somewhere else and become a resident somewhere else. And so I just can't thank the Tracie and the Black women that have been on YouTube enough for creating a path, and that star, giving us the instructions to get to that North Star. The new version of Harriet Tubman.
Well, those are big shoes to fill. Wow. But you, darling, Carla, where will you be next month?
In San Miguel on my scouting trip.
I was looking to see how many days left in this month.
I know.
It's coming up.
It's towards the end, but yeah.
Yeah, she'll be here for the perfect time too during this Day of the Dead. I'm not gonna try and say it in Spanish right now, but she'll be here during the perfect festive time during Day of the Dead. So, and when I tell you she handles tasks like nobody's business, I'm like, okay, I need you to get X, Y, and Z done. When I tell you X, Y, Z, A, B, and C, they're like, okay, wait, okay, I said that, but task, like she moves at rapid speed, rapid. And I pray people always have clients who just get things done and who are just as excited to work with them as we are, as I am you. Yeah. Keyoka, my little sister, my like nomad little sister. And I love that picture behind you, by the way. That looks just, first of all, it's dead on you, the Afro puffs, but the eyes are just, I know, I love that.
I never knew. I bought these like years ago, and I never realized that that one looks like me until I put it directly behind me. And I was like, oh, and it looks intentional.
Yeah, I love that picture. Alum can attest because she has her little background savers, and there was one. I'm gonna put her on Front Street, but she has this clock that was like 2:35 all the time, and it was, you know how you have your AI background, and it was nice, but it was like always 2:35. So when we get on camera, like she always changes it for me. I don't know what she does when it's not us, but she changes it so I'm not looking dead at 2:35 all the time.
She's like stuck in time.
Okay, so Keyoka.
Hi. So like I mentioned before, I have a YouTube channel. Last year I traveled solo with my doggies around Europe. I went to 10 countries. Well, I went to 12 countries, but 10 with them. And I talk a lot about that on my channel. I'm also an introvert, believe it or not. And so I talk about that too, like, you know, how to go out into the world by yourself and how to make friends, stuff like that. I also talk a little bit about my datings and dabblings with the men folk. But yeah, my channel is usually about a good time. I like talking about travel. I like talking about just my life and things. I also am this month opening up my freelancing. So I do SEO copywriting. SEO stands for search engine optimization, basically creating content for your website that helps it rank higher in search engines. So I do that, and I'm accepting clients as well. You can find it in my website on my YouTube channel. There's a link to that.
And I
don't know what to say.
No, I mean, I have nothing planned. I really wanted guys and all of us to talk, and the people in the chat for us to come together. I think it's very important because you guys are, Keyoka, you are relaunching your writing business. So I saw that on Facebook earlier this week, and then with Dara and Carla and Angela in the comments. That you guys really highlight what you do. I think it's really important that, number one, we support one another, and that I want to give people, Black women primarily, a platform to showcase what they do, why they do what they do. Like when I went and Dara showed me behind the scenes of her cybersecurity organization, I was like, never in my million years life would I do something like this. It looked like Star Wars to me. I was like, oh, it looked like a galaxy of notes. I mean, but we need people like her. Like we need legal minds who are now consultants and transitioning as life consultants. We need SEO writers, and I don't think people understand the level of intricacies that go into business and how many of all of the elements that you guys bring to the table is needed for any one business alone.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I don't know. Listening to Dara, I don't know how many hours she has in a day. It doesn't seem like 24. I feel like she somehow has more than everybody else. That's a lot going on over there.
Well, I think it's more a function of my ADHD mind than anything else. My wife calls me a shiny bird sometimes. I'm here, and then you jiggle something shiny from my eyes, I'm going to run in that direction. And I've got the attention span of a gnat. So I like to be doing a few different things at a time. But I also just think that in this economy and in this, just the way that corporate America is structured, having all your eggs in one basket, not only is it as safe as people think it is, it can lead to a lot of burnout. My brain needs a break from designing screens all the time. Sometimes I need something a little more technical to do. And I'm also really interested in security, and I'm interested in things like biomimicry and applying biomimicry to cybersecurity and all of these different things. And I'm interested in a lot of things that on the surface seem like they're not the least bit related, but if you scratch the surface a little bit, a Venn diagram starts to form. Things start to overlap. And as Black women, we know all about intersectionality. And so for me, I'm really interested in finding the intersectionality, not just with how I navigate the world, but also in the things that I'm interested in. So that leads me to do a bunch of different things at a time. But I get up early, and I'm also falling asleep, nodding off, much to my wife's chagrin, by about 7:30 in the evening. So y'all got me up past bedtime, but it's worth it. So yeah.
I think you broke up a little bit, but I think we got it. I think we got it.
I do have a follow-up question. And Dara, you can answer this, or Tracie, could you answer this? So like for somebody with the quote unquote ADHD brain, right? So like, let's say you have a lot of things you're passionate about, a lot of like business ideas. How do you kind of organize it into like to get to a place where you can implement, as opposed to just staying in the idea phase like a mad scientist and like, drawing on the board and being like, I have so many things I want to do, and then never doing it?
So for me, because I am that same creative person, it's really important that you focus on what is practical and what will draw in the money now. And then all of the other things we can get to, but it's really about funneling what is going to work now. And it's important, as you are crafting your business, you pay attention to the gaps in the market. You pay attention to your ideal customer and client, what their pain point is. So as you are in the process of relaunching your business and brand, ask your customers, ask your potential clients, poll your audience, say, what is it that you're struggling with? Do you like writing or not? Is your website, is it appearing in the spaces that you wanted to? And then let them answer, and then you start tailoring your offers based on what your ideal customer and or client needs. Focus on what brings in the money now. I think entrepreneurs, we get in our way of creating too many offers at one time. And we think the more we offer, the more it's going to draw in our people. That's actually the total opposite. It's really about the less you offer, making sure that it's high quality and you are always solving a problem. Then when that money starts coming in, as that money starts coming, then you can start pouring it back into your business and then allowing it to scale from there. But you want to give yourself enough time to not only just craft, but really own it. I'm a firm believer that when we walk in a field, we need to be leaders in that field. So when I, created my company that I sold, I was the top Black person. I was the top Black woman. I was actually the top in my field. And it takes time doing that. And there's steps that you have to do to create that. It's about alignment. It's about consistency. It's about collaboration and partnership. It is about thinking outside of the box and tailoring what your customer or client needs. Once you do that, then it's easier to scale because your market will dictate. And I know because when you're not a crazy person, when you have crazy ideas as a creative person, your brain goes like this. It's like fireworks. Now, as far as the digital organization, I'm not that girl. I can automate your stuff. I can launch your stuff. I can work with you on the front end, on the back end. But as far as like, if y'all see what Dara has, when I tell you, I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is this? I don't even know if Angie saw my face, but I was like, Angie was like, not me. And I was like, girl, not me either. But to see it, and it's not a spreadsheet. It's beyond that. And, that's out of my sphere of knowledge. I think she can take over with that.
You're making me
laugh. Did I help answer your question?
Definitely.
No, that was amazing. In terms of the business piece, that's what I'm here, what Angie and I are here to learn from Tracie, because we're creatives first and foremost. Before doing all of this stuff, I'm a visual artist. My wife is, an amazing illustrator and artist herself. And so a lot of times with creators, we don't we want to create all the time, and we see the business part as like the minutia that we don't want to do. I'm starting to learn that I'm actually interested in some of the business stuff, but it doesn't necessarily come naturally to me, and I don't know what I'm doing. Therefore, I need to work with people who know what they're doing, and that is Tracie. But as far as figuring out with all these different interests, my whole thing is write it down. As Tracie said, I got to write stuff down. And it's only because if I don't write things down, they evaporate into the ether. So I got to write them down somewhere. And I found this amazing note-taking software called Obsidian that allows you to write your notes digitally, but it works by backlinking things. And when you create these links that you backlink to other notes, what you end up with is this really complicated looking, but actually behind the surface, a really simple graph that shows the interconnection between the different nodes. And from that, because I'm trying to position myself and brand myself as a thought leader in design as it applies to cybersecurity, I am now able to visually see what that looks like and speak to those different things because I have it literally mapped out in front of me. So basically, you've got a lot of different interests, find the intersectionality between them and start from that point, right, and kind of branch off. I want to position myself as somebody who brings design thinking into cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is super technical, and sometimes the designer in me thinks that the interfaces are super ugly and like it gives me a facial tick. So I'm trying to bring that design awareness to that. So whatever your interests are, just find a commonality with them. Use ChatGPT. Say, ChatGPT, listen, is amazing. We have access to so many amazing tools right now. You go into ChatGPT and you say, hey, I'm really interested in UX, and I'm also interested in cybersecurity, but I don't quite see the intersections. can you speak to the internet intersectionality between cybersecurity and UX? You will be amazed at what ChatGPT will spit out, and then you just read through that, and you start refining your prompts to ChatGPT, and you're going to end up with something that can actually position you, and you can start branding yourself off of that and using that as like the launch pad for everything else that you're going to do. So that's what I did. And
it's also the Ikigai theory. Have you heard of that?
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
the happiness.
The Ikigai theory, just being able to bridge those intersections, and then from there being able to craft out your offers and your business model as far as, you know, doing what you love to do. Don't worry, Carla, I'm gonna give it to you. You don't have to write it down. I got you. But being able to do exactly what she said as well. The Ikigai theory. And just for Dara and for another one of my clients, one of the things, because of their positions and what they do, I'm actually behind the scenes working on crafting, like pitching them for a TED Talk. So making sure, as a thought leader, people don't realize that, you know, we often go out like searching and throwing ourselves out there for clients. But when it's about positioning and doing a TED Talk as a industry leader and showing up consistently, and there's, you know, on social media and in your branding, that you then can pitch yourself for a TED Talk, and then everybody will come to you, and that is your calling card. And so when we do one, that is forever going to live. So it's just about positioning. So that's one of the things that I do for my clients behind the scenes. It's actually right here on my desk to take care of.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. I'd really like to do that, and I think that's great. And there's so much brilliance of like with everything that all of you all are doing. Like, I would love to see y'all doing TED Talks. You know, there's so much we have to offer, and I just think that the world deserves to see it. So yeah.
Yeah.
You said something, Dara, that resonated with me about how you didn't see yourself as a natural entrepreneur or a natural business minded person. I also am not like that. In fact, I have an aversion to the word business. Like, just the thought of having that much responsibility. So like, I have a controversial opinion. I don't like to call myself a leader. I like to be by myself. To the extent that I am a leader in control of myself. I don't like to lead other people. Right. So the idea that I'm going to be like a business owner, an entrepreneur, it's like, oh my God, I'm just thinking about all the responsibility, and it's causing me heart palpitations, like the stress of it. It's like, I want to be, you know, delusional. I want to frolic and make my art, which is writing. But realistically, I think so. Traveling has broadened my worldview in a way to where, like, I'm divesting from the capitalistic American hustle culture, right? I also want things that are not common for someone in my age bracket to want. Like, I want to be by myself, right? I don't want to like get settled down and, well, I don't know, whatever. But like, that kind of mentality, that kind of lifestyle, there's no place for it where I am, right? Like, there's no place for it in the US, kind of. So with me being an entrepreneur, there's time freedom. It's me kind of owning my time, owning where I am located, having that liberation. Like, we spoke to the North Star, we spoke to liberation earlier, kind of having that myself to where I don't have to like depend on another person or depend on a company. And so now it's like I'm trying to open up my ideas about, I probably have some negative ideas about like what it means to be wealthy, what it means to have money, what it means to be a business owner, and like contending with that. What is she talking about? Like,
Well,
I think
leadership is also about just being the representation that shows that you can carve your own path. You don't have to you don't have to be actively seeking a following, right?
Right.
Like just your presence alone is when somebody comes across you on the internet, you show what is possible. Things that they didn't really know was there. That's leadership, right? So
And then the way I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go.
no, I was just saying she needs to claim it.
Oh.
I just, yeah,
I'll claim a synonym. I'll claim a synonym of leader. We need to come up with something cute for me.
Well, can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something? So, with leadership and business, I think it's important to think about how business is changing. It used to be to where when you were leading or a business owner or an entrepreneur or a CEO, it was a whole bunch of people that you were leading, a full team behind you. The way things are shifting now is it's really about becoming that solo entrepreneur who delegates, but not so much. You don't necessarily have to have a big team, but who delegates beautifully because you've set up certain strategies or systems within your business structure that allow you that time freedom, that allow you to just kind of be by yourself. So that way you're not as accountable to so many people. And that honestly is the way that business is shifting on the front and the back end. So just to kind of give you a little bit, take a little bit off your shoulders about, oh my God, leadership. It is exactly what, Carla and Dara were expressing. It is just like you're already doing it. May you want to or not, you're probably on somebody's vision board, like somebody who wants to travel with 2 dogs, right? You're probably already there. Huh?
I said, if you have a vision board with me on it, please have a cute picture. And also let me know. That would be fun.
All your pictures are cute. I mean, you led me by just the fact that you're an introvert and then you're a dog mom. And that's what attracted me to your channel when I saw that about you. And then that you solo travel and, you're younger, and the fact that bravery, that courage, you led me out of kind of like my cocoon in some way because I saw that you were doing it. And so that was one other person that encouraged me, like, oh, this is really doable. Like Keyoka's doing this and she's awkward. I'm awkward. Everywhere I go, I'm totally awkward. So it resonated with me. So I'm pretty sure you're having that impact on many women who are watching you.
Thank you. I love that. Go outside, Carla. Watch, we're gonna have the same live a month from now. Carla gonna be out in the streets.
Right. Actually, she yep. She will be. And did she say she's a dog mom? Did you tell them about Rebecca?
Yeah, Rebecca. She goes with me everywhere. I even have like a backpack for her when she gets tired of walking. Like we're ace boom coons.
I actually have a confession now that I realize it. I'm just listening to claiming that word awkward. I feel awkward when, and you guys will, Alum and Dee will probably never. Huh?
I said, what's the lie you finna tell you?
I actually feel awkward when I am in or amongst our group of people or just amongst, and I'm like the person that talks the least. Because I spend a lot of my time really listening. I'm a true Libra when I look like I'm not paying any attention, but I'm paying attention to everything. And in order for me to pay attention to everything, I'm immensely listening to what's going on. And so in the midst of just existing, that's part of I do feel awkward in that regard. I'm an extrovert by nature, an introvert by choice.
Huh? Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. It's coming up. Honey's birthday was 2-3 days ago. I don't know, the 24th. What are we? Yeah, so it was 3 days ago. Mine is at the end of next month. I mean, October 22nd.
Oh, you and Honey are at the same time?
Yeah, and our anniversary is on October 9th. So it's all like whole Libra season is celebration. Yeah, too. See, I don't ever remember. I don't know. Used to, but my God, when she starts, I don't know what that means, D. Like, what does that mean?
But see,
Don't have,
dance is the
don't
loudest
have to do the link. We got 15 more. Hold on, don't play with me, D, because now I want to answer. But when I start talking, I know this is why I always have to ask, like, can I say something? Because I get not afraid, but I'm really conscious of the words that come out of my mouth because I don't have tact. I lack tact. That is one of my weaknesses as a human being. Is tact is not my strong suit. So because I know that about myself, I always have to, give a disclaimer before I speak. But sometimes I don't care and I'll just say it. Because sometimes to me, people just need to hear the truth.
Right.
I think it's too much of like of No Child Left Behind, but I'm Generation X. We the thugs. We the last thugs left standing. So we're gonna tell you like it is. Yeah.
We tired of y'all.
Oh, wow.
The millennials tired of y'all.
What did Gen Xers do to y'all? I don't understand.
I know, right? Because we quiet, we stay to ourselves. Like, don't come knocking. We not gonna answer. Like, why are y'all tired of us?
Do we take up too much space?
Not take up too much space. The Gen Xers in my life, D, come to the front of the room, are they always give unsolicited advice. They always have opinions that nobody asked for. They are harsh in their delivery.
That is absolutely true. This is why I asked, can I say something? Because of that reason. Yes, you are absolutely correct.
Well, I'm not like that. No, I'm just kidding.
You're an attorney, so I don't believe it.
I was about to say the same thing. You can't be, you're an attorney, right?
Believe it. I used to work in a law firm when I was in undergrad. I do not believe it.
It's just we were raised by mothers who did not have the time, and therefore we don't pussyfoot around. If we got to tell you something, we just figure, just kind of get to it. And there's also something magical that happens once you cross the age of 40, where the filter, if you had one at all, it tends to fall away. And I've turned 50 now, so it's like completely obliterated. Like it's just not there. So sometimes I too have to like think a moment before I say something, because something's going to fall out of my mouth and I'm trying to catch it before it does. But we don't mean any harm. We're big teddy bears. We're not going to hurt you. Yeah.
We're not going to intentionally hurt you. Intentionally.
But sometimes y'all too soft, is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
It is soft.
Y'all are soft. I'm not going to lie.
Interrogate the language. Are you saying that we're emotionally aware, that we're protective of our peace? Is that what you're saying? That we want people to speak kindly to us? I think that's a pretty nice boundary to have.
No, there are things we learn from you. So like the boundary keeping and those things, like I think there's things that we can by symbiosis, is that it? But yeah, sometimes y'all a little too soft, but it's all good. We still love y'all. No, we love y'all. We love y'all. And we find y'all super inspiring, how y'all are launching off into the world often at a younger age than certainly than I did, and that's inspiring younger Black girls coming on up behind you, so there's a lot of value in how you navigate the world. So
Oh yeah,
And
like
I
the
find
Gen
too
Z.
that you guys are a little outspoken yourself too, though, at least in the workplace environment. I mean, we've had to make many changes because of both the millennials and the
The
Gen
Gen Z.
Z, who seem to be very outspoken, and they speak their mind in a way that we don't. That Gen Xers. So I don't know. I don't know. There's that. I don't. I think there's a debate there because I find that Gen Zers sometimes I'm shocked by what they say.
Yeah,
And how
I'm really.
in the
I
work.
think Gen Zs are slaves reincarnated. I do. They came here.
What?
Yeah. Gen Zs don't play. They were like, "We're not working.
No, but
Y'all
they
full.
really don't.
Y'all
Yeah,
are full of
we're gonna have
crap."
our earbuds in the entire time, even like
Before,
talking.
like, I believe that Gen Zs are just slaves reincarnated. They came to get justice. They
Right.
came to clean house.
That's right.
That's how I think millennials. It's kind of like this whole. I don't know.
Between.
I'm just trying to. Yeah. I
Wow.
don't
But,
know.
but the millennials can be outspoken too, at least in my
Yeah.
experience. Can be very outspoken, very direct. I've had to coach a few that in the workplace, this is how you have to talk to people, or else you'll scare all the majority away.
You're scaring people.
Tone it down a little bit.
Oh crap! See, this is why I can't work for nobody. Because I'd be like, okay, let me out. Because this is why I stay in my lane of by myselfism. because of that reason. But I do thank the millennials for social media and the turn of the internet.
Mhm.
The millennials had a lot to do with that. You know, the internet and social media, you can take it for what it is. You know, it's good and bad with it. But I think that it was them who really ushered it in. And if used properly, it definitely can catapult you.
Definitely. The rise of the influencers.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I see with them. But y'all are soft. Yeah. I'm sorry, Kim.
Oh, we love you.
That's why you have us. That's why you have like big sister Tracie and people to be like, it's okay, we got you. We got you. Because we will fight. I'm not a fighter, but I will if I have to.
Well, you fight for me, not
Yes.
fight
Oh,
me.
sorry. I should have finished that statement. My bad. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But before we wrap up tonight, first of all, the chat has been going off. Folks is going in 50 plus club. We love y'all. Folks like Gen X is in the house, 40 plus, no filter, like
Oh,
all of the things. So they were having their own
turf
like
war.
generation war in the comments. But be sure to follow each and every one of these ladies. I will make sure that I get Carla and Dara's information so you guys can follow them as well. Add it in the description. If you are watching the replay of this, thank you so much, Replay Gang. I really appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I always forget to say that, but one of my absolute loves and passions in life is uplifting women, especially Black women, because I am one, and I understand how difficult it is for us to win and succeed because of just society and their obstacles that they put in place for us. So I always think it's important that we continue to pull each other up, and there is no room for anything outside of that. Do you guys have any last words? Thank you for making this fun too. Thank you for answering the call, and you too, Angela, in the comments.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for having us on. And I would love to connect with you, Carla, and you, Keyoka. I'd love to connect with y'all and stay in contact. This is like-minded folks I'm sitting amongst here, and it's so refreshing. It's so amazing, and every once in a while I'm kind of glancing up at the comments, and just yeah, it's so many amazing, beautiful folks out here who think similarly. I just want to be like y'all when I grow up. So thank you for being you, really.
Face.
I
Like,
was
you're
taken
like, what?
I was taken back.
You're a leader, Keyoka. We want to be like you.
I'm gonna be something else. I'm gonna be like Queen Empress Baddie.
Hi.
High
That works too.
priestess, a high priestess, awkward black nomad. Something we gotta come up with something else.
I love it. I mean, I love that.
We follow you no matter what you call yourself. Right there. Supporting you.
I love it. But even still in that, there's leadership in that. Like
Yeah.
there is like, you know,
All that
but
creativity.
I think for me, what makes you special is the awkward piece, how you own it. Like I love that part about you. I think people try so much to hide their like what they would consider flaws or what society would consider flaws, but it's really about your authenticity that makes you stand out, and that's what people are gravitating more towards. Outside of love, authenticity is a number one thing that will gravitate your audience to you, and making sure that you are connecting in a genuine way. Because people can sense BS, they see through all of that. And when they see like the real person and the fact that you embrace that part of you, it's like, it's so relatable.
Well, not that anybody wants to hear this since I'm the youngest person on the chat right now, but I turned 31 in June, and I actually, every year of my life, since I was like maybe 25, I've named the year, like given it a chapter name. And so this year is actually called Embrace, and it's about me embracing who I am, even the parts of myself that I don't really like. So it's funny that you use that word because that's my word. It's written. You can't see it, but it's written over here to remind myself every day to embrace who I am.
That's your word.
Yes.
And that's a lesson for us all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a lesson for Carla. Any last words before we close?
Well, first I want to say thank you to all the beautiful comments that people are making us feel so welcome and just honoring us and our gifts and our uniqueness that we're bringing to the table. So thank you all for joining, and I can feel that love. That's so special. And I want to thank you, Tracie, for giving me the opportunity to be in this live presentation. I don't know if you guys can tell. I know you guys think I'm a lawyer, but I'm outside my comfort zone a little bit because I'm introverted. So I don't like being on screen. I like to be behind the scenes doing things. So this is different for me, but I love it because I'm going to have to start flying as a butterfly here with my new business and my new life. So this is the start of that. And I would love to connect with you guys outside of this context and to stay in touch. And hopefully we'll be meeting each other soon. But yes, this community is beautiful. I love it. I'm so grateful for Tracie for guiding me through this. And I'm looking forward to meeting many of you at some point as we are in these, what does Adelia say, in these international streets?
Yeah, we are. We are. And you guys are, I think you guys are all in Thrive. So you guys can also get connected in there as well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this fun and unique edition of Gen X / Gen Millennial / Friday Night Live / Collective Minds Come Together. We appreciate you guys. Make sure again that you like, share, and subscribe. And then please subscribe to the channels. If you're watching the replay, I already have them linked. If you're not, you're catching this live, come back. I'll make sure that they're there. Have a great weekend. You guys can stay on for a quick second. Have a great weekend, you guys, and I'll see y'all next week. Oh, because I have another special guest coming on next week as well. So I'm excited for her to share her story. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.